everybody, it's Hannah from Dreambakes, and as the title says, we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to very quickly review the second episode of the current season of Great British Bake Off. And we had a little sort of skit to open it. I'm still unsure about the jerky banter, as I said. I don't know whether that's because I've never sort of seen Noel Fielding be as quote-unquote mainstream as this, but I don't know, like, as I say, they might kind of settle into their roles a little bit more. So the first task was sandwich biscuits. So they had to make 24 uniform biscuits, and they were basically any flavour, any filling that you wanted. So some people went quite classic, and they chose Viennese Whirl, which was my immediate thought when I think of a sandwich biscuit. And as Paul pointed out, the difficulties of that is you have to get 48 that are basically as uniform as you can make them, even colour, even size, even shape, and also get the texture right, and then get the consistency right with the filling as well, because when you bite it, if it's too runny, it'll kind of slop out. And the best filling, I really want to try the marshmallow one that Stacey made. Sorry, I've got, like, as I said in the last one, like, I'm so bad with faces, names, etc. So I've got them all written down in my notebook. Yeah, that looks really, really nice. And the ones that I thought were very, very cute were Flo's little, she did some gin raspberry shortbread biscuits, and she cut them to look like little jam sandwiches, and I thought they were adorable. I think you could probably make, yeah, you could probably do quite a few really good twists on that. And then the technical was 12 fortune cookies, and I've never made a fortune cookie. Like, to be quite honest, I don't eat them that much. I don't like often sort of go out for Chinese food or have takeaways or whatever, so I don't normally eat them. The last time that I did, it didn't even have a fortune inside, so I did feel quite robbed, frankly. And I thought that was quite a difficult one for them to do, because I mean, it's not one that people have ever thought to make, really. I mean, I know I haven't. It looked all right, actually. I mean, the instructions that they gave them were deliberately vague, which is fair enough. I think the bit that unstuck people a lot was the folding it around the glass rim. I did actually guess that right, but I don't know whether that was just luck that I kind of knew what to do, or I don't know. Flo had a right nightmare with these, bless her, and so did Chris. I thought that Flo's were worse, personally, but they did actually spit Chris's out, because they were a bit raw, but you could kind of see where he was going with this. Jan was number one, which again I didn't 100% agree with. I can't remember who I thought did the best. I think it was either Sophie or Kate, I'm not 100% sure. The showstopper was a Biscuit board game that's playable, so we had quite a few sort of made up games, like Adventures in Bakeland and the Get to School game and stuff, but then there were classics like Snakes and Ladders and Operation. And the one that I was most looking forward to seeing was Kate's Jumanji game, and if she'd had more time, I think that could have been really, really cool. Stephen, they loved his, like, they couldn't get enough, and unsurprisingly enough, he was the star baker again, so that's 2 weeks running. And yeah, we had a lot of sort of timing issues on the board game. Some biscuits were a bit too tough, some were too soft, some were just not completed the entire game, and I did quite like Chris. Let me just double check. Yeah, Chris. He made a working, like, compass spinner thing, and I thought that was really good. And I don't know if his was necessarily the worst. I didn't think so anyway. I thought that showed quite a bit of skill. I wish we'd seen him making the compass. I would have been quite interested in that. And yeah, so star baker was Stephen, and the person who was leaving was Chris. And I was surprised. I really thought Flo was out. I don't know whether they thought that her Operation board game redeemed them, but she sort of didn't seem that proud herself, so I don't know. The next week is bread, which I'm sure there'll be a lot of people trying to copy that bread lion. I can't remember who made that, but you know what I mean, like, you've seen it around, the bread lion. My favourite quote of the week was from Noel Fielding, and he says, "I'm known as the powerful piper." I thought that was a very kind of Mighty Boosh thing to say. I enjoyed that. And I briefly touched on this last week, but what it slightly annoys me how much time you have to prepare. So I'm very aware that the person, they need to get the supplies, they need to get the ingredients, they need somebody to draw the illustrations for the biscuits, etc. Like that comes up beforehand. But I feel like they are given too much warning for basically everything but the technical challenge. And I think the technical challenge is the most sort of interesting bit, because you see what they're like under pressure, you see what they're like with a new recipe, and I think that's more telling of how a cook is, because how a chef is, because anybody can sort of get something right if they repeat it often enough. And you've no idea how many times these people have made the showstoppers, how many times they've practiced the signature bakes. I mean, some of them have alluded to it a few times, and yeah, I think it would make it a far more interesting show for me, as far as I'm concerned, because you just get a better indication of their innate skill, their natural skill kind of thing. Yeah, that's kind of where I stand on it. It still made me a bit stressed out watching it this week. I hate stuff going wrong, and it stresses me out. It really does. And I'm going to try and upload, she says, I'm going to try and upload this week's in a couple of days. I really hope I can watch it tonight. I'm not 100% sure because I've got some gym classes, and yeah, I'll try and get it up. It'll definitely be sooner than 6 days. But thanks very much for watching. If you like it, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, check down below for all the social media that we've got going on. There's loads of pictures and like competitions and things you can interact with. Alright, thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.